I think I was 7 or 8 years old, and there was white water and the colored water, and I started drinking out of the white water fountain.
No,
and my
you
grandma
did.
said, "No, Bobby, don't do that." And I started drinking. I said, "Well, Mama, what's the difference between this white water and colored water?"
Great question.
I said, "It's all look like the same water to me." We grew up in a time of rigid segregation. I mean, I couldn't, as a kid, as a young boy, a young man, I couldn't go get an ice cream cone. I couldn't go get a hot dog in an A&W or some other places. They wouldn't serve, many of them wouldn't serve blacks at all.
You were Martin Luther King's secret weapon. You brought the funds so that they could have the civil rights movement, in terms of meals, in terms of paying for bail. How did you deal with all the money?
It just wasn't me. There were many people. There were preachers and teachers and businessmen in Atlanta, in North Carolina, in New York. But I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. I had a lot of contacts with a number of top companies. You know, if I told them I needed $10,000 or $25,000 or $50,000, you know, I got that money, and I would do whatever I needed to do. You remember Resurrection City in Washington? I'm the one who brought truckloads of food and stuff there from different companies that I worked for. I pressured the companies a little bit. I would take them with me to different places to see what was going on, so that they wouldn't be sitting in the boardroom or in the executive room talking about things they didn't know anything about. I took them with me. I took them with me to see many of the times that there would be beatings and marches and different things in Alabama and Mississippi and Georgia and North Carolina and South Carolina. My first major client was the Woolworth Company. They were having most of the trouble. What they were interested in is they wanted peace. Most of the executives, they didn't see any harm with black people drinking from the same water fountain or eating from the same counter. They wanted to broaden. They saw this as more money. George Johnson, it's a black-owned company. He had started the company, but he could never get into Woolworth stores, you know, to sell his products.
Oh, he'd sell his products.
Next week or two, I'm in New York, and I'm meeting with the chairman of the board and the vice president of PR. They didn't even know. And he said, "Well, Bob, you put people in these different companies in touch with us. We'll take it off. We'll put them in all our stores."
And his products were?
His products were in Woolworth stores.
Wow. Why did you join Nixon's administration? Did you get some, I guess, blowback from like Democrats or civil rights leaders who felt that maybe you should have been aligned with Democrats who believed in government assistance versus Republicans?
So one day I met Clarence Towns, and Clarence Towns was the senior black on the staff of the Republican National Committee. And they said, "Man, we need you to work with us." And I said, "You know, I'm a Democrat, man, I'm not a Republican." And they said, "Oh, we don't care anything about that. We just want to use your contact and your brain and all that. You know, we don't care about you being what you are." When we started out in 1969, there were only 2 black-owned car dealerships in America. Now you got tens of thousands of them all over America, but you only had 2 that were black-owned. I said, "This is ridiculous." So I got Mr. Roach and the people at Christ and the rest of them together, and I say, "Look, we got to go find some black dealers." I asked them mildly, you know, and I asked them in such a way where they understood it very well.
And wasn't that part of you and Dr. King's philosophy to
That
actually
was
create
certainly
black empowerment, not just be an employee, but be an employer
That was
for the black
certainly
community?
Dr. King's philosophy. That was Ralph Abernathy's philosophy. That was Y.T. Walker's philosophy. That was Otis Moss and Andy Young. All of them, everybody wanted that. But how you gonna spread that if you don't have the White House involved? This is Mr. Mandela and I.
Where were you guys? Where is this taken?
We were in Chicago. He had just gotten out of jail.
When Nelson Mandela became the president of South Africa, what went through your head? from prison to South Africa. You knew him. His kids call you Papa Brown.
Said, only God can do this. Only God can do this. He believes that black and white people have to come together to make this work. And he said that's the only way South Africa is ever going to be really free.
Looking at the whole expanse, of your life, emotionally, where are you at? Because you talk a lot about rage and how you channeled rage to help you advance and help others. Where are you now? Is that rage still there?
The rage never leaves you. You want black people and white people and Jews and Gentiles and everybody to be working together. We didn't get this far by being against each other. As my grandmother used to say, she said, Bobby, you can't go wrong doing right. I'm gonna let everybody be kind of raggedy with people and saying all kind of bad things, but I'm gonna try to do as much good as I can do. Not only here in America, but everywhere I go. Every piece of ground that I touch on this earth, you can't go wrong doing right.